Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to the Oakley Meta glasses versus the Ray-Bans. There are some cons to the Oakleys. So I recently did a video on these glasses right here, the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. These are essentially smart AI wearable glasses, but the use for me is that they have a first-person camera perspective, and I can record and very easily access those recordings from my phone. When I made that video, I brought up these guys as well, the Oakley Meta glasses. And today, I'm going to take a look at the Oakleys and the Ray-Bans and compare them and see which are the better options. Now, I'm not comparing these in terms of glasses that you'd wear every day out and about. I think the Ray-Bans are the clear winner. One, I think you go around every day wearing these, you'll look kind of goofy. But I think these are a lot more practical because you can get transition lenses, they look more reasonable, they look more normal, they don't look like you're wearing wraparound douchebag shades or like you're about to go skiing. However, this is not a video about what's good to wear every single day. This is a video about glasses for shooting, for shooters, for firearm content creators, for people who want to record their shooting first-person video. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, one thing to address right off the bat is obviously the design is very different. Like I said, these are not your everyday glasses. These look much more common, and unless you look closely, you can't even necessarily tell that they're Meta glasses or AI or video glasses. These obviously look a little bit different. I'd say the camera might be a little more well hidden because it's here at the bridge of the nose, but these do stand out more. When it comes to talking about the design in terms of shooting, that's where you're going to see in terms of where the camera placement is and their actual use as eye protection. Now, when it comes to eye protection, something that is very important and something I addressed in the last video, obviously these sorts of glasses do not offer a whole lot of it. One, they don't cover the face a whole lot. You still have a lot of openings around here and up here where debris and shrapnel and all sorts of stuff can get in. And obviously on the sides, you don't have any protection at all where things can come in. Now, a commenter on my last video did say you can get little clip-on things for these, which that's nothing new. You can get on clip-on things for your eyeglasses and your sunglasses to protect your eyes during shooting and other, high-intensity situations. But one, I think they look goofy, and I think looking cool does have some importance. But two, I just don't care to have to clip on extra things and do extra things. I just want to throw my glasses on and use them. So the fact that these don't offer as good of protection as the Oakley ones that give you that much more wraparound, give you more protection around the eyes here. They go further down, better protection above the brow, and give you some of that side protection. These do have that advantage. And if you're in a situation like shooting where there could be debris, whether it's spalling from a target or it's a ricochet from hitting something you weren't supposed to hit, or your gun explodes, this is definitely going to be the superior eye protection. The Oakleys are also better eye protection because these are actually impact rated. These are designed for those action sports where you might actually get debris falling into your face, versus the Ray-Ban ones aren't impact rated. They're pretty much the same as any other normal glasses lenses, which do have a level of impact rating, but not to the level of the Oakley glasses. And from what I can find online, this is similar to like an ANSI rated glasses. It doesn't have the same rating as actual shooting glasses, but the ratings that I could find are similar to ANSI ratings. So that means you are going to get some of that impact protection, and that's pretty important because even if you do get some clip-ons to get wraparound protection on these, you're still not getting the best protection for the front of the lenses itself. Now, obviously, eye protection is important. That's something very important when it comes to shooting, but the question here is about video recording. And when it comes to that, these are two very different cameras, but also very similar. When it comes to the Ray-Ban Metas and the Oakleys, you're getting the same video quality. You can either shoot 1080p for essentially an infinite length or 3K for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a pretty good length for a shooting clip. Unless you're doing a really long drill or a really long course of fire, you can pretty much get it all in 3 minutes. And if you really need that extra time, you can always downgrade to 1080p. You can also only shoot 60 FPS in 1080p, and I do wish you'd be able to shoot 60 in something greater than 1080p. I think that's its biggest problem. 3 minutes isn't bad, but I wish I could do 63K or hopefully maybe 64K. But even the 30 FPS, these cameras and the Meta systems and everything it's got going on smooths out the video so well that you really can't tell it's a 30 FPS video. I think a worse quality camera with worse quality processing, you would notice the 30 more, but honestly, it looks pretty good even at 30 FPS. The real difference is the location of the camera. On the Ray-Bans, your camera is located here. In my previous video, I complained about the location of the camera. I wish it was on the right side because I'm right eye dominant, and most people are right eye dominant. So especially for shooting, it'd make a whole lot more sense, and you'd probably actually see optics and iron sights aligned on camera. But it is what it is. It's left-sided. But the problem is, no matter what, it would be stuck to one side. And we don't see with just one eye, we see with two eyes. So to get a true first-person perspective, you'd want a camera right here. Well, that's what the Oakleys do. The camera is right here. It's right in the center. So when I put these glasses on, you're getting the same perspective that I do seeing right here, because our eyes merge the images together. I don't see a left and a right image. I see one image. You're seeing one image in front of you right now, even though you're using essentially two cameras, two eyes. And that's what having that centered camera does. So this is a much more accurate perspective, a much better first-person perspective. It really feels like you're seeing what the shooter's seeing, as opposed to with the Ray-Ban, it seems a little bit more like you're seeing a side angle or a side perspective, because you're seeing more of the left side of the gun. You're not seeing that true first-person perspective. So I think having that centered camera really helps give that genuine first-person perspective. Another problem you run into, especially with the Ray-Bans, is when you wear a hat. When I put a hat on and then I throw on the Ray-Ban glasses, you get a weird effect where you just see a corner of the hat with the glasses. It looks very weird and very odd, and it's just kind of annoying and it takes you out of it. Versus when I throw the Oakleys on and I'm wearing a hat, you do see the brim of the hat, but it doesn't impact the visuals as much. It's more consistent. You see the brim line, and it looks more natural. It doesn't look like it's impeding the video as much. It doesn't distract as much from the video. Something I also noticed, especially when wearing a hat, is it's actually a lot easier to take the video from the Oakley glasses and blow it up to horizontal, as opposed to blowing up the vertical video from the Ray-Bans to horizontal, because this is that left-sided perspective versus the centered perspective. And what I do when I edit is I just cut off the area of the hat, essentially, and zoom in, and that's perfectly where I need for it to fit in a proper horizontal screen like the video you're watching right now. So this is actually better for that first-person horizontal perspective than the Ray-Bans, meaning it's much better for myself where I make long-form horizontal content videos, and even just vertical video, I get a much more centered, a much more realistic perspective. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to the Oakley Meta glasses versus the Ray-Bans. There are some cons to the Oakleys. One, you can only get tinted lenses. There are no transition lenses, there are no clear lenses. So you can't really use these at an indoor range unless it's very bright or you don't mind looking like a douchebag. The other issue is the audio quality doesn't seem to be as good as the Ray-Bans. When it comes to the actual sound of gunshots and the audio you're picking up, it seems like these are a little bit clearer and the gunshots don't seem as distorted. It's not a huge deal. I'm not trying to get the audio of gunshots perfectly. It's more the visual of the shooting. But it would be nice if the audio quality of these matched this. Something else is this has a little bit of a fisheye in terms of the video. I feel like the Ray-Bans, it's a much more clear video. It doesn't feel like you're doing that fisheye effect, whether or not it actually is, but this definitely has that fisheye GoPro style of effect. When you're zooming it in for horizontal video though, you don't notice it, but you do notice it on vertical video. Now, one thing that some people do ask about is the comfort of the glasses. Are the Oakley glasses more or less comfortable than the Ray-Bans? I found the Oakley glasses are more comfortable for all-day wear. The design where it has the rubber arms as opposed to hard plastic, and the way they fit on the face is just a little more comfortable, especially when you're wearing hearing protection. I will say, in case you didn't notice, you might be hearing some music playing that just turned on, because if I put my hearing protection on or simply touch the sides, it's a lot easier to inadvertently start playing music with these. Not a huge deal, because I'm not really getting these for that use anyways, and I can just pause the music, but it is something I've noticed where a lot of times when I'm just putting my hearing protection on, or simply just touching the side of my head, I'd accidentally start the music. The recording button, I think, is just as easy to press. It's just this button right here, very easy to access. And there's this programmable button here where you can either use it to take like quick action shots, or it takes like a bunch of pictures at once, or you can use it as the Hey Meta button. I don't really use it at all, but I think I have it programmed to the Hey Meta button. There's another button here, which I can't remember what it does. I think it's for pairing. I don't know. And once again, I started the music. You can listen to that there. So it's a little bit too easy to activate the music. That's probably the biggest issue with these glasses. But comfort-wise, they're great, and I can wear them for hours at a time at the range. I wore them for a 2-day shooting class I just recently did of Stage Dynamics, and I never had any comfort issues. All right, guys, so that was the Oakley versus Ray-Ban Meta glasses. For me, I'm definitely going to stick with the Oakley Meta glasses. This is what I'm going to be using at the range just for standard eye protection. And if I want to record the video, it's as easy as just pressing this button down here. Versus the Ray-Bans, these are great for wearing every day. These are great for going out in public and wanting to record a video or listen to some music or take a phone call, which this has all the same features, but these obviously look a lot more normal and work much better for everyday use.
We are same, but different. but still safe.
So ultimately, it's going to be up to you. Are you getting these glasses for something to wear every day and at the range, or are you getting them mainly to record videos at the range or record your competitions? Because if that's true, these are going to be the glasses for you. But if you want something that you can use every day, the Ray-Bans might be your better option. All right, guys, if you liked the video, if you liked seeing the Ray-Ban versus Oakley Meta glasses, go leave a like down below. If you are a Ray-Ban shill and you think the Ray-Ban glasses are so much better and I should be using these for everything, including shooting, then go leave a dislike down below. Otherwise, guys, head in the comments. Have you used the Ray-Ban glasses? Have you used the Oakley glasses? Is there one that you prefer? Is there another brand of first-person shooting glasses or recording, like the Insta360, that you like using better? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, I'm releasing new videos every Saturday. Subscribe and stay tuned.